Alright, so hello you guys, welcome back to Cars, Tech, and More. I'm Lance, and today we are going to be doing a full review on my 1999 Corvette. Go through this. This is, it's got the 5.7 V8, known as the LS1. Very popular engine, very strong engine. It comes 345 horsepower from the factory, and I have a couple mods done to it, as you can probably see one of them. But I will be doing a review on how to put white letters with paint on your tires here pretty soon. And then I also have a cold air intake that I also have a small video on as well. Basically, so how much did I pay for this car? I paid $10,000 flat for this car, which really I thought was a great deal for what I was getting. There's a bunch. It has obviously the chrome rims. It's got the tips, the small tips. It's got an aftermarket security system that has the motion detection as well, and the remote trunk lid pop from the remote, and this really cool beep, which I'll demonstrate in a minute. And then it has the aftermarket seats. Well, not aftermarket seats, but the seats were completely redone and custom done. It just looks awesome, which I'll get to that in a minute. So basically, in the exterior, this is also known as a C5, and it's the hatchback / removable top. But it also, if you can't tell, it's got tinted windows. I believe these are 20%. He didn't know for sure, the previous owner, before the previous owner did that, but I'm pretty sure this is 20% tint on the back glass and the front driver and passenger side windows. And then you got the glass removable top, see-through. It's awesome. And then it's got the Goodyear Eagle F1 tires. I'm gonna be getting new tires here pretty soon because these are dry rotted, old, and it needs new ones. But as you can see, white letters don't come stock on these tires. I painted these white letters and they're holding up pretty well. They got a little bit of cracking going there, but it's definitely not bad. And if you do a third coat, I did 2 coats on each tire. I'll get in a video talking about how step by step how to do that and how it turns out with the Corvette. That I actually just found out the other day. If you put your key in here in the door and you go to the forward twice, it'll unlock the passenger door, and if you go forward 3 times, it'll open up the hatch, which is really nice. So that's fairly easy. I also have the remote here. I can open up the hatch if I wanted to do it from there, or there's a button next to the steering wheel. But here's the trunk space. The trunk space actually, you know, a lot of people think, oh yeah, you can't own a sports car, you can't own a Corvette, you can't daily it. And the fact is, this is my daily. This is literally my daily. I'm in high school, college, you know, I go to a career institute, and this is my daily driver. This is what I take to school. You know, it's great. Honestly, I love it. It is so much fun to drive. And you're probably thinking like, bad gas mileage, you can't do that. Well, here's the fact. I actually get better gas mileage than I do with this than I did with my previous car. My previous car, if you guys saw, 2006 Saturn Vue, and I got about the same gas mileage. I actually get 1 mile to gallon better in this. Now, granted, you have to put premium in this, which is the real big catch with this. That's where it really gets you. Premium gas is not cheap, as you well know, and I very well know, but it's completely worth it, honestly. I love it. So worth it. Now, something else that's well noted, these tires are the Eagle F1s. These are run flats, and they are the OEM tire for the Corvette, because they want them to be run flats because there's no room for a spare in here. There's no room. Now you might be thinking it's under there, but no, that's just storage. There's no room for a spare to go in this car, so they want to use run flats. Now I'm not going to use those again, just because for a set of these tires right here, it is $1,300 all the way around, which is quite a bit for me. So I probably won't go with those again, but I was thinking Michelin Pilot Sports or Sport Cups or Firehawk Indy 500s. Not 100% sure yet, but these are 275/40 on an 18-inch rim in the back and 245/45 in the front on a 17-inch rim. Just saying. And then this car also has aftermarket performance brakes that are drilled and slotted rotors with the red painted calipers. Absolutely beautiful. It just looks, and then it's got the Corvette on the side of the front calipers, and it just looks freaking sweet. Onto the trunk. So the trunk, there's actually, oh, like I was saying, daily driving, there's actually a ton of trunk space in here. You could fit golf clubs, bags, whatever you want, groceries, and you know, it's like I said, I daily this, so I'm gonna be going along step by step of how it is to own a Corvette and daily it for school especially. And trunk space in the C5 Corvette has 25 cubic feet of space, which is quite a bit. Now you got all this here, you got these two storage compartments on each side that are fairly deep. I just got some stuff in there, and then you got this, and that's a good amount of room under there, and then you got one of them over there as well. And fun fact, right here, this little indent here is where your key goes for your lug nuts. I just found that out the other day. And then there's also online, if you want a subwoofer but you don't want to take up a lot of room, you can actually get custom built boxes that fit right in here, which is really nice, which I'll go ahead and show you in here. Pretty good size space in there as well. So, and then these two little things here are for the top. The top actually comes off, and you got room to put it right back here. It sits right in here, and then you got little locks here that will even lock it in as well, and it'll slide right in those little grommet things. And that's why I have the box facing upwards, is so I can still fit the top in here while still have some base, like a ton of base. And these are, by the way, these are Rockford P3s 12s. I got two of them in a box, obviously a ported box, and a Rockville Phenom RXD M1, which is 2,000 watt peak. These seats, now these are one of my favorite part about the car. Really? This is one of my favorite parts about the car. Now these seats, apparently the previous owner before the last spent $3,000 getting the interior kind of redone with the seats and the floor mat, and it's, you can see it's the black and red theme. You get the Corvette and then the emblem up here, and they feel really quality and nice. Coming inside, I mean, here we have the power seats control. Both of these seats are power seats. And then it's sitting in the car, you can see we have a reflector on the door. We got Bose sound system, one speaker in each door. And like I said, we got the ones behind the seat. And then up here we have our two handles for releasing the top. Basically, you just undo that one, and there's this clip here. You gotta push that in, and then you just pull down on this, and that'll do that. Fairly easy in and out. I actually removed the sun visors because I think they're just ugly and in the way, and there's no really need to use them because this top, you know, sun doesn't really get through that, and the sun, there's not a lot of room for the sun to reach into the car, so I just took them out. It was simple. Memory control for your seats, and the memory control actually controls the mirrors and the seats and the steering wheel position, but my steering wheel has the electric in and out, but it does not work, so that's kind of nice. Mirror control there, door lock and unlock. Release button over here, your fog lights, as my dad likes to call them, pimp lights. You got your interior lighting control, and gauge cluster control, and then, you know, your normal sticks here. You got your steering wheel. I love this steering wheel. I think it looks just awesome. These mats are really nice as well. You got your, and this is a automatic, not to mention, with the 4L60E 4-speed automatic transmission. Not bad. First to second is definitely it's there, and it was a rebuilt just about 5,000 miles ago. We got an aftermarket Kenwood radio here. Very nice, clean and install. That's one thing I would definitely do with these, because the stock radios are meh, they're alright. The automatic climate control, you got the passenger dual zone. You got control the passenger side separate from the driver's side. Your shifter, obviously, handbrake. It's got one single cup holder. Might be an issue for you, but you know, there's not a ton of room up front. You got it like, little tray there, ashtray, and you got cigarette plug lighter there. Hazards up here, you got your information center controls, fuel gauges, trip options. Corvette over there, you got your glove box, you got traction control button here, and you have center console, which is very, very small, and your gas cap release here as well as another charging port. And you can lock the glove box as well, which is really nice. You have instant fuel economy, range, average miles a gallon. As you see, I'm getting 19 miles a gallon. That's with city driving and some highway driving. Not a ton of highway driving though. I usually get around 19, and that's not babying it the whole time. I do give quite a few accelerations here and there. So that's like a mix between highway, city, flooring it sometimes and such. If you baby this thing and you drive it like a grandpa, you don't ever accelerate that much, you can easily get 20. You also got tire pressure, oil temp, coolant temp, trans fluid temp, and battery voltage there. And then you got trip A, trip B, elapsed time, average speed, oil life, which is wrong because I just changed the oil. Actually, I think I saw something. If you press down the gas pedal, okay, so if you press down the gas pedal like 3 or 4 times, it'll actually reset the oil life. Configuration options, you can do twilight, lock, horn. You can change how the unlocking of the car goes. I'm not gonna mess with any of that, but here, and just beautiful engine, fairly clean under here. Yeah, and then there's the cold air intake there, which I think looks really cool. An exhaust modification. Now this is a really cheap, basically free modification you can do to your Corvette, or actually any car in that state. Now if you come down here, you can actually see under here the muffler, and you can see your outlet pipes to the muffler and your inlet pipe to the muffler. And if you see that hole right there, I made those on each side just so you can get basically bypassing the muffler for the most part. And if you guys saw the cold start clip, it sounds much better than stock. I'm going to start right here for you. Now obviously it's not as loud as I would want it to be, but it's definitely better than stock. And I'll get you some revs here in a minute when it warms up a little bit. See the engine running. Fairly smooth. Now closing it, I don't like to slam it, so I just press it down right there, make sure it's latched, and then come over to this side, press it down, make sure it's latched. For a little quick drive. So the exhaust modification, really, it doesn't have a bad drone. You probably can't hear it that much. You can hear that V8 definitely sounds very nice. Road noise in here is normal. It's not bad, but it's definitely not amazing, obviously. But it is almost 20 years old. This car is 19 years old, but it feels like it's not. The thing that feels like it's most aged is the shifter knob now, and the climate control unit. Other than that, this car does not feel old at all. Now, driving, it drives very nicely, and I think, it drives very straight, it's smooth. Now on the highway it gets a little shaky, but I do need an alignment and wheels balance, but I don't have the money for that right now, and I don't really, why would I do that when I'm getting new tires soon? So it's very quick. Alright, here we go. Let's give her a little bit of It's definitely quick. It is definitely quick by all standards. I mean, it's pretty crazy. You know, it's only got 360 horsepower with the little modifications I've done, but I've never really owned a higher horsepower car. This is my first Corvette, and it definitely will not be my last. They're just amazing. My overall thoughts on the Corvette: I love this car so much, and if you're thinking about buying a C5, I would definitely buy it. If you find a good deal, like 11,000 or under, that's a great deal if it runs good. This car, luckily, it runs very good, and I got a killer deal on it, and I'm so glad I bought it. It is just a dream come true, and it really is. Even driving it daily is great. It really is. I would drive this car every day. I try not to drive it in the rain, but sometimes, you know, it just happens, and it's not bad. But as long as you don't get on it too much, you'll be good. But being that it's a Corvette, Corvettes actually, fun fact, Corvettes put their transmissions in the back of the car so it gets more weight on the rear tires, because it's a rear-wheel drive car. So it's a 50-50 weight distribution versus most cars that are more weight towards the front, that actually the car drives on the rear wheels instead. So overall, that's going to finish off the video, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like the video, comment, subscribe, and let me know how I'm doing. And look forward to more videos about the car. Catch you later.